Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Abzan no friends. So this is kind of the proof of the decline of Magic Arena. At the very least on the net decking scene, the meta game scene. Because I always use untap.gg for deck list ideas, sometimes just a copy. But this is listed under Abzan Superfriends. Look at this deck. Where are the super friends? This is the absent deck with absolutely no friends. Alright, well, it's kind of a, White Sun's Twilight kill deck, sort of, a toxic with Mirrex kind of deck, right? There's no super friends in this deck at all. All the cards are just either removal or get some toxic out, but there's a big card in the deck that is kind of the heart of a lot of decks these days, and that's Up Them Beanstalks. So, yeah, well, whenever you cast a card with mana value 5 or greater, you draw a card. And better than that is the fact that ever since Magic changed the ruling on CMC, all the card with X now has mana value equal to the amount X you pay into it. So if you march something by paying 4, either in Otherworldly Light or Wretched Sorrow, well, guess what? Yeah, you're gonna get Up the Beanstalk. If you march White Sun's Twilight for 3, you're gonna get Up the Beanstalk. No Black Sun's Twilight here, but I guess it's not that good of a card. So here is the whole deck list. We have 2 white march, 4 black march. We need to destroy or exile artifact enchantments, probably a lot less than creatures or planeswalkers. That's why there's 2-4 instead of 3-3. Then we have 2 go for the throat, 3 Sheoldred's Edict, just to make sure our opponent has no creatures. We got 4 Up the Beanstalk for card draw, and then this is an X spell, right? This is all the X spells should go in the back. And then 2 White Sun's Twilight for the actual board wiping removal. Along with that, though, we also have 4 Rowan's Grim Search. We can bargain and then look at the top 2 cards, draw 2, and then lose 2 life. Basically, what was that called again? The Blood, right? I don't. Sign in Blood. There you go. Except if we bargain, you can look at the top 4 cards and put 2 of them back on the top, and the rest into a graveyard. So you can put something in graveyard and only get 2 of the top 4 that you actually want. Kind of like a Memory Deluge, but 3 mana if you bargain. Not that bad. And we got bargains in the White Sun Twilight chips, the chips, the Phyrexian Mites, if you will. And then we have 1 Celestus just for that additional ramp, but more importantly for card cycling, right? The looting is obviously important with Celestus and all the decks Celestus has. And then we have 4 Sunfall for, Sunfall goodness. And then 2 Farewell. Well, we're definitely getting rid of the board in this deck. And then we got 4 Virtual Persistence. Actually a 2-drop, not a 7-drop, because we're going to use the Lockwing Scorn to -3/-3 and gain 2 life. But we can also use it as the enchantment when we're playing sort of a long, drawn-out game. I just don't think the Virtual Persistence on the Persistence side is that good of a card, because let's think about the matchup, right? Against Mono Red, it's never going to be effective on turn 7, right? Against Golgari, well, they got a lot of enchantment removal, so it's just going to die. Against any sort of blue deck, well, they just counter it, so, the 7 mana, it's probably not what's impactful. It's a 2 mana Lockwing Scorn that's impactful. Alright, and then we talk about X cards. Let's look at the lands, right? 26 lands total. A lot of mana lands, 1 Swamp, 3 Caves of Koilos, 3 Shattered Sanctum, 2 Deathcap Glade, 2 Llanowar Wastes, 3 Brushland, and 3 Overgrown Farmland. I copied this entire deck list, including the lands. So there are probably some fine-tuning you can do with the land base. I personally would like to have more basic lands, because a lot of people are getting basic checks. So 1 swamp might not be good enough. I might run 1 swamp, 1 mountain, 1 swamp, 1 plain, and maybe 1 forest, and then maybe I'll cut Cave of Koilos, or I cut 2 Cave of Koilos, and maybe a Llanowar Wastes, and then I'll add in another Shattered Sanctum. Something like that. I'm not sure. Well, we'll see how the deck actually runs. Then, and not just the regular mana lands, we also have 4 mana lands. 2 Restless Fortress, 2 Restless Cottage. Very restless, but 2 off each, so that we can get some damage in, maybe. A very late game sort of creature board presence. Then we have 4 different types of lands that are not just mana lands. So we got 3 channel lands in Eiganjo, Takenuma, and Boseiju. I don't even know why Takenuma's in the deck. We have no creatures. So, I don't know. People just put Takenuma because they can. Yeah, so this is definitely part of cutting cards in the deck list that you don't want to just copy, because that's a terrible card to put in. Alright, now we can put in a Swamp, or a Planks. Alright, and then we got one Boseiju, which is very important because we need to have enchantment removal, not just a board wipe. And then we got two Mirrors, of course, for against control deck. Mirrors is going to be useful. That's the whole deck list. I made a small change mid-sentence because I saw it and I didn't recognize it before, but obviously, right? You got to think about the decks. That was a dumb inclusion. Takenuma with no planeswalker or creature. I guess that's why you have no friends. Alright, let's go. Let's try out this Abzan no friends deck. I really wanted to try out an Abzan deck with Ren and Manlands because I think that's a cool combo. But in today's metagame where everyone's doing burn and aggro and degenerate things like that, I don't know how often I will be able to pull off that kind of combo. So I'm still trying out those decks. But in the meantime, I wanted to see whether or not this deck that's putting up a healthy win rate on Arena Untap.gg website is actually just full of it because. I think it is full of it. Let's try out. All right, so we got green. We got off the beanstalk. That's a keep if you ever seen one. Hello. Here's Overgrown. My farmland. Oh, a fairy. Oh, a fairy. Well. Hey, Edict's pretty fun. Plays a land. Passes turn. Caves of Koilos. You pass turn, I pass turn. Sacrifice a non-token creature. Ha! Got him. Should I kill this too? I think we should, right? Pay 2. Exile the Sunfall. Sunfall's not that useful because that deck's full of counterspells. It's better to exile these creatures. Now what? You want to play another creature here? I got more removal where that comes from. Talon's Messenger, huh? But you don't say. What happened if that gets -3, -3? I've been kind of shooting off my, removal left and right here without even thinking. That might come back to bite me. But, should be fine. Do I want to bargain my Beanstalk? I don't think so. They got a lot of instant speed creatures, probably. I just need 2 more lands, right? And these, even if they get countered, the up the Beanstalk will give me card draw. That's pretty important. Fairy Mastermind. Let's respond to that. Wait, this is put, right? This is fine. I'm gonna respond to it anyways. Cast with bargain? No. Well, I get to draw a card if I Sunfall. I don't know if I want to Sunfall just one creature. So, does he have just a counterspell? Let's find out. Would you like to draw 2 cards here? Otherworldly. That's... You could do that. Is that your only creature? Talon's Messenger. Alright. He's gonna draw a lot of cards with the Fairy Mastermind, but you know what? I'll draw a lot of cards. Let's go. Didn't want to play it. No, didn't want to play it. Okay, well, I don't know why he didn't play his Fairy Mastermind here. Right? That's a card draw. Whoops is right. Probably full of counterspells, to be fair. Yeah, against a counterspell heavy deck, a heavy removal like this probably won't hit ever. But do I have 2 mana removal? I do have 2 mana removal. So let's draw some cards. Maybe it'll hit something. Do I have 1 mana removal in the deck? I don't think so. So is it better just to farewell? Alright, creatures, graveyard. We draw 2 cards. Let's see if it was wrong to not play the Sunfall. I still don't know. There's a Spell Stutter, of course. Cottage. Another Mastermind. He's gonna draw a lot of cards. That's for sure. Well, he's got a pretty good opener against our opener's okay. I gotta say, our opener was okay, but against this deck, basically hard counters our deck. So, yeah. Alright, if he has another spell stutter, we just lose. Which, I mean, he probably has another spell stutter, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's no way we can get out of this. He draws 3 cards, because I draw 3 cards. And then he'll spell stutter, and then we'll lose. There it is. GG. Yeah. I mean, there's no way we can fight against this deck once it hits off. And if I did not play the early game removal, it would have been even worse because we would have been dead by now. So, unfortunate, but that's, you know, on Arena you got 2 very heavy opponents, and it's never your actual opponent. It's the Shuffler and the Matchmaker, and it's never unfair that the Matchmaker puts you up against a deck that will beat you automatically, because you shouldn't have decks that beat you automatically. But that is how they designed the game so far, so nothing else we can do about that. Lots of removal. That's okay. We have... Oh, okay. Less great. Now that we have no actual plays against a Kumano. Let's hope they failed in us. Swift Sphere is less great, but at least we got a removal, right? Unless he... Is he gonna rage it? I'm tapped out, so... lots of thinking involved. Epicure. Okay. Well, we're gonna take a lot of damage for sure, but... This is a sorcery speed, so I gotta do it right now. And it takes a lot of damage on board, but if he has a squee, I don't think we win anyways. Yeah, mono red, go first. What do you know? Okay, no squee so far. We got a march, but we might have to hold back the march, honestly. Monstrous Rage. Wow. Opponent's raging. So, we can't Celestus this turn, but we can go for the throw or march for 2. Okay, we're playing this for sure. Do I want to Celestus? That's kind of a dead card, right? I don't want to up the Beanstalk because it's also a dead card, so I'm kind of just stuck right now, not being able to do anything. He just takes it? So what do we do here? We gotta go for the throw something, so... Let's go for... Oh, he can't monster throw again on the Epicure. Another Epicure, okay. More damage to our face. More March. This might be important. So... We'll pass turn, we'll march for 3. Play with fire. Really thinking about the top deck. Keeps to top. No blocks. Submit 0 will kill the... Probably the Etching, right? The Etching is probably the scariest card. Look at that. Opponent only needed 2 lands to kill us. That's nice card design. Loser. We're the loser here. Stupid mono red. Monstrous Rage. Alright. Still not dead, but almost dead here. We need to top deck a land. We do top deck a land, so at least we can sustain ourselves for a little bit longer. I don't know. I don't know. This is still... nowhere near a game where we can win. So 4. They have another Monstrous Rage. It's not like we have counter spells. Farewell. 1 mana short of a farewell. So I can attack, but what does that lead me to? I could Celestus, but what does that lead me to? Alright, Beanstalk it is. Can we draw a good card or no? A land. Do we Celestus and Beanstalk again? No, we just Beanstalk again, right? I think we just Beanstalk again. Nah, nope, another land. Okay, we die. So we die to any 2 damage. GG. Frustrating, but hey, you know, first we have a bad matchup, then we have Mono Red going first, so it is what it is. I'm calling BS on the Untap.gg 66% or 62% win rate. Come on, this deck? What, with the no friends? No, okay, we have white in the deck and we have no Emperor, so interesting. You go first, this time with only 2 lands. Really can't afford to mulligan going first. Also can't afford to just have 2 lands, but, you know, I'm very good at either flooding or not drawing lands. One or the other. This is the game where we don't draw lands, right? Tasio. Tenacious Underdog. We'll draw a land. Hooray! Maybe. I'm not 100% sure that's the right play, because I could have Rowan Search there. But I think it's an aggro deck, so we'll go too far behind. Oh. Okay, no, it's not an aggro deck. But, since it's black... That's interesting. I can Wisdom's Twilight for 2/1/1s. Might be relevant. Because what are you going to do? Kill the 2/1/1s? And now I can bargain with them for Rowan Search. Yeah, I don't know if life will be too much of a deal, and I already have a board wipe in hand, so I need to have some board presence in order for me to actually search. Tenacious Underdog, look at that! He just wants card draw. Well, we just want to play a land every turn. Toxic. There's lots of cards in his hand, though. That Phyrexian Arena really paid off. Well, another one of those games, I guess. He's gonna cut it down? Bargain. No cut down for you. My meager card draw is not great, but it's gonna do something, right? What he's gonna do? Respond by mono black counterspell? Alright, that's a lot of lands. Do we take an Eiganjo? It's better than all the other lands. Wait, okay. Put 2 of them into your library. Order will be done next. Doesn't matter, I draw those 2, right? Draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Okay. You wanna do something else? Card advantage is always scary. Another cut down. I mean, their cut downs are getting uses out of my march. But I 1 for 2 them. Wow. Do I... Ooh, do I want to get rid of a card just to kill their land? Then they'll be down to 4 lands with no card draw. That's brave. That's brave, just to get rid of your card like that. Aggro deck's doing aggro deck things, so... Alright, let's see. All artifacts? No, just... No, there's nothing on board. Enchantment, graveyard. Alright, nothing on board here. Get rid of those. Four mana is enough to cast Sheoldred. Alright, you have Underdog back in your hand. That's a play that you can make. But the play that I can make is nothing, basically. So, I don't know how much better that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can make 3 1/1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can make 4 1/1s. But I can also not do anything. What can he do next turn? Play the Underdog and blitz me? So what I want to do next turn is Virtue him, right? So I guess this is the turn where I threaten him with 4 1/1s. Hey, these 4 1/1s are, you know, the damage that will get through to kill him. Because he can gain life, but he can't gain out of poison counters. So if you want to blitz out his Tenacious Underdog, I'm all for it. If he plays a Sheoldred here, what do I do? Well, nothing really. I kind of just lose. But what would be the reason for not playing Sheoldred last turn? Double Takenuma. Interesting. Graveyard Trespasser on your own card? Alright, what are you gonna eat? I got no creatures. There's no creatures in this deck. But my Virtue's gonna be in trouble here. More cut downs? More cut downs. Any more? No more? Come on. Come on now. I don't really need that 7th land, right? And we'll discard his card. Or 8th land. Does he have another cut down? Just keep playing cut downs. All 4. Undying Malice. Wow. Okay, so if that's the case, do I even want to resolve that? This is going to be a 1/4, right? You did a little too quick there with your Undying Malice. It's not like these can block. That caught me really off guard. But if I had discarded a card, that just added an extra counter on the Trespasser for no reason. More cut downs. Is that all 4? That's all 4. All 4 cut downs. Well, it's mono black, so. Let me go 1-4. If it dies, I still have 7 lands. Yep. I can't activate this for anything. March. I mean, I don't really want to march an underdog. This will hit nothing. Right? Yeah, it will hit nothing. I can't actually get any creatures in his graveyard. Not with this deck. So I don't know how the Virtue Persistence is going to matter. I don't have a Depopulate. That is something I kind of forgot to include.
Death is obsolete.
Hey, you can proliferate yourself. Would you like to?
Patience.
Oh, our top deck's just gonna be lands now. Right? March, the only thing that doesn't hit anything on board, and then lands. Yeah. Double attack. Interesting. Actually, aren't gonna hit anything. And with the Graveyard Trespasser out, I don't know if it can hit anything. 17! What can we get? Okay. This has been fun. This deck has been fun. I don't know how much worse a lot of these combo synergies can get. But, yeah. Like I said, right? 60% win rate, my butt. That motorcycle agrees with me. Okay, to be fair, I think this deck has a fairer win chance against mono red. If they're not going first with the perfect rows and you don't draw any of your removal, which happens to me a lot. So, here we go first. Oh, also, we didn't get a Beanstalk at all last game. That would have helped. Go first. Go first before lands. Yeah, fine. The worst part is I can't even play Fortress turn 1, because I need a green land out for Beanstalk. Blue. Veteran. Stock. Alright, well, did I play the Wison's Twilight too easily last game? That might be the issue. Honestly, I mean, I'm still not like 100% certain on how to play the whole deck out, but I feel like that might have been one of the bigger mistakes in the last game. Fortress. I also could, you know, not remove that and hold up Sheoldred's Edict, but Edict won't hit anything because that card's out. Sky Strike Officer. Interesting way of just leaving it out there. Let's make you sacrifice it. Well, with the no lands untapped, you can do that. Probably has another Sky Strike though. No, just a Phantom. Do we go for the throw of the Phantom? We have 7 lands, so we can kind of slow roll this. I'm pretty sure the White Sun would just get countered, but I guess the trick is to wait. Holding up a counterspell for sure. All right, how does he counter us killing Harbin here? Gotta do it. Soldier. Brings it back to his hand. Yep. Okay, so this is really bad because what I wanted to do, I can't do it this turn, right? So what I wanted to do was go for the throw and then have a board wipe afterwards. Now that he's tapped out, but I couldn't do it because top deck the land. Denick. Holding up a counterspell still? Very smart. get it countered. Just get it. I mean, come on. Every single game we play so far, it's just been perfect answer from opponent, one after another. It's frustrating. Okay, no counter this time, which is surprising. But, come on, top deck lands. Alright, is he going to play Harbin and just overrun me? No attacks. What can he do? Look at that! Just... Oh my gosh. Alright. Virtue Loyalty. Sure. Resolute Reinforcement. Yeah. Alright. Harbin can't kill, alright? Not yet. That's not a soldier, right? That's just a knight. Land. Still land after all this. Just keep drawing lands. That's all I need. That's also... Oh, that is a soldier. Alright, well... Jump to one target creature you control. I don't want that. Go for them throats! Okay. That's just a flyer. It doesn't do much. If I kill the Denic... What can he do? He'll probably have protection if I don't kill the Denic this turn. And then he will gain all flying, right? I don't want that to happen. So... What is the play here? Definitely dropping a land. Maybe we'll attack him with the Restless Fortress too. Just to gain that life? How relevant would that be though? Oh, it's trading. That's interesting. So, let's kill the Denic. I don't want him to get card draw. I can still Boseiju something. I'm not sure what. If he plays the Virtue, I can Boseiju that. If he plays the Virtue, it's playing a land. I gotta put a stop here. Wait. Go after the attack. Just gonna go to end turn, you say? Take that. Alright, what can I get? Resolute Reinforcement. Thanks for blocking with that. Ooh. That's something. Do I want to kill the 2/2? Or do I want to kill the 1/1 and I'll give soldiers? I want creatures in his graveyard. Are there these soldiers? These are soldiers. We'll attack with 2. Alright, up to 6 now. Play a land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cards. Or 8 mana. What does he have? He's got 2 soldiers. Alright, I don't think he can stop the Virtue, so... Do I want double Virtue? I want a card draw. Actually, this will give me a card draw anyways. You gain some life. Yep. Gain that life. Live your best life. Alright, what does he target though? Draw me a card. Sunfall. Harbin. Alright, GG. This is game over. My turn. We will get back our Resolute Reinforcement. Alright. Okay, I was wrong. It was not game over. My apologies. So what I thought was this was in my hand. I was going to -3/-3 this. But instead, now it's a different thing. So, I mean, I just get a white board, right? It's pretty white board there. He'll get a Sky Strike Officer, but how does he fight against... everything that I have here? Pretty good for him. But I'm going to have an 11-11 swing through. My turn. Okay, you're Flying Soldier here. Submit 0. Thank you. Alright, another land. Just what I needed. I only drew lands? I don't think I drew anything that's not a land. Ooh, okay. So, he's gonna bounce this on his turn, right? Let's just attack with an 11-11. Sacrifice a non-token creature. One strikes right down. It's gonna come back to me. Brutal Cathar. Alright, what is he targeting? The Zephyr Soldier. I get my Sky Strike Officer and I get a land. Let's go in. Okay, there you go. He could double block to kill one of the lands, but my board is consistent. His board isn't. And we win. Alright, so we can get one win out of this No Friends deck. But honestly, I still feel like it's kind of tricky. It's kind of tricky to play, and it's not that efficient of a deck without... I don't know why there's no Ren in this deck. Honestly, that's my main gripe with it. The Virtue is okay, but honestly, 4 off might be too much. Maybe 2 Virtue and 2 Ren. Maybe 2 Virtue, 2 Ren. Cut 2 Wyson and put 2 more Depopulate. I'm not sure. I think this is trickier to play than I originally thought. The Sheoldred's Edict, I don't know why it's there instead of Go for the Throat. Maybe we should have more Go for the Throat. Everything in this deck is... There might be a reason why, right? There might be a reason I'm just not thinking of it. And of course, we have a very small sample size of games. And of all the games, we flooded out the games that we... The only game that we want, we flooded out. Entirely flooded out at the end. And every other game, we basically cannot draw any of the cards that we need for the right matchup. Whereas in our opponent, draw all the right cards. That's how we play all arena games. But hey, at least we play this game out and this deck out, and I find this to be an interesting game. I don't want to say it's a good deck. I also don't want to say it's a terrible deck like some of the decks I have played. They were terrible. This one, questionable. I do recommend it to try it out. See if you have fun with it. It's got a lot of different sort of directions to play. We got board wipes, we got removal, and then at the end of the day, we're killing with Weisland's Twilight, which is kind of funny. So that's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.